What's up guys, it's Steven here at Powell's Power Ups. For those interested in purchasing or my work, this is the full overview video of the Jedi Killer inspired lightsaber that I have for sale. The lower handle portion and the upper shell portion are from a Galaxy's Edge Kylo Ren lightsaber. It's been hanging around in my scrap pile from my conversion days. Even though they're not anodized, I've always liked the bright red pummels on these hilts. They also have surprisingly screen accurate lower engines, which you can see here. Up top, the Saber has a modular hilt system version 1 emitter from the custom Saber shop. It is a bit bulky, but it had to be used for this hilt. To offset the bulkiness, I decided to let the blade plug protrude some so that it looks like the actual emitter. The Saber functions with a single switch on the back, a tactile switch underneath a resin printed button. The Saber also has a functional belt clip which comes with the Disney belt hanger, and it's surprisingly sturdy. The blade retention set screw is just above the single switch on the top of the emitter. If you don't have one, I'll include an Allen wrench. The high quality blade plug is shine through and has a heat stained steel top. Inside the emitter, you'll find a Shtok version 3 NPXL blade connector. It's wired independently and set up for blade detection. Let's open up the Saber. I'll show you how to get on the inside. You're going to start by unscrewing the pommel on the bottom. If you have trouble getting the pommel off, try using a pickle jar opener. It works really well and won't scratch. The chassis is fully removable. Once you've removed the pommel, as you grab the lower engine, make sure to not stick your finger in too far. You don't want to poke the speaker. It's on the inside. It's a black 28mm 3-watt 4-ohm speaker from the Saber Merchant. The lower engine is glued into the bottom of the chassis to cover the speaker. Like I said before, the chassis is fully removable. This is done utilizing Smugglers Outpost 16-pin PCB connectors set. The chassis has been designed by me with several greeblies and accents featured on all sides. The chassis is then resin printed, so make sure you handle it with care. If you were to drop, it could break, so handle responsibly. The Saber functions using a protected button top 21700 lithium-ion battery, which is not included. It's really easy to insert. Make sure you push the negative side of the battery against the spring and then push in the positive side. Above the battery compartment is a kill switch. This is how you turn the Saber on and off. You'll hear a boot sound which indicates the Saber now has power. Above the Proffieboard, there's a 16-pixel Shtok LED ring. This mirrors the main blade when on and indicates battery health when off. Just below the Proffieboard, there's a wire cover with the First Order emblem. This covers up the speaker wires and the negative battery terminal wires. You also remove this so that you can hook up a down angle USB cable to your Proffieboard in case you want to do configuration. A copy of the Saber's configuration file can be found on the SD card. The Proffieboard is firmly pressed down inside the chassis, but every now and then give it a little press just to make sure it's still snug. The wire cover can be easily pressed back down inside the chassis. Once everything is on and working, we can put the chassis back inside the Saber. Make sure to be aware that the PCB on top has current running through it, so you don't want to touch anything metal. If you do, there's a chance you could short and fry your electronics. The PCB on the inside of the hilt has spring-loaded pins. As you screw the pommel on, it will push the chassis against the pins for a nice secure fit. The blade connector will pulse when off and then mimic the main blade when on. So there is the full Saber showcase. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments down below. You can also find the full breakdown and pricing in the description down below as well. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with you.